Minister Hall, it's my pleasure to be with you this evening. I've read your book, From Atheist to Ambassador, The First 60 Years. It blessed me, and it left me with a lot of questions that I think other readers would like to hear. On a more personal note, aside from the book, I read a poem that you wrote to your mom at her homegoing service. And as I read about her in the chapter in this book, I felt some kind of tie to her. How would you liken her to something about nature? A flower, a bird, any element of nature?
Well, first of all, let me say thank you for the opportunity to have this interview with you. And thank you for reading my book. My mother, I would say a flower. I would say over the years that I knew her, from the time that I first met her, October 5th, 1951, till the day I preached her eulogy, I saw her change. I saw her bud. I saw her bloom into a beautiful person. I saw her, even after she had some Alzheimer's and dementia, the flower was not put away, but it was just like preserved for all to enjoy when they came around. And so I would have to say a flower.
Beautiful. The chapter where you explained about your childhood illness, what would you liken that pain to for people who are dealing with chronic illnesses so that they might better relate to your state of mind?
The pain that I can best describe it would be if you take your elbow or your knee or any joint in your body and put it in a vise and start closing in on that vise little by little, an excruciating pain. I remember sometimes when I was going through a crisis and that pain was on my body, it would be very, very hard and just very painful for me to straighten my leg out because of the pain in my knee. But then when I got the leg straightened out, then it turned around. It would feel more better if I pulled my leg together to be in a more fetal position because of the pain. So it was a very, very, very excruciating, memorable pain is what I'm going to say. As long as I live, I'll always remember that pain.
And for people who read this book that are dealing with illnesses, I think they'll be blessed and encouraged by the way things took a turn for you. And there was a couple in particular that you mentioned who really blessed your life and never let go, the prayers, the support that you got from them. What would that couple encourage you to say to people who are trying to be support systems for people who don't seem like change will ever come?
The best words I could say is never give up. Never give up. They had their mind made up that they wanted to see me saved. No matter what they saw, no matter what they heard, no matter how I responded to them, their minds was made up. I was going to be saved. And they never gave up on me. Never gave up.
How would you explain to someone who's looking for God? They want to believe that he's real, but they have trouble believing that he's real. How would you explain your conversion experience to them?
Well, not that I was looking for God so much, but I can say this, that now I know that he was looking for me. And he was waiting for the time when I prayed that prayer that my mother-in-law told me to pray. And once he heard that prayer, and I prayed it with a sincere heart, he took that opportunity to say, okay, Now I'm going to show myself to him. God is looking for you. God is waiting for you. God is, he never gives up. He never gives up.
Okay, we all have some kind of mental image of God, and we usually have some way that we can describe our relationship with him or to him. What is your mental image of God? And how do you feel about the relationship that you have with him now?
My best friend. He's my best friend. And the more I know about him, the more I know I don't know about him, which makes me want to know more about him. He's my best friend. From the day I first met him to this day, he's my best friend. He is.
Thank you so much for your time this evening. And from atheist to ambassador will bless your life. It's very simply, very beautifully written, and it's easy reading. You will probably finish it much, much sooner than you would expect. Do yourselves a favor. Bless your lives. Purchase this book and read it. Once you start, you'll not put it down until you have gone cover to cover. Thank you so much for sharing so much of your life about your life in this book, and the things that you write about, the readers are able to envision because of the way the book is written. It was a God thing. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.